Kim. My name is Patience Chizoza, and I am the Public Relations Manager for Ethical Holdings. Ethical Holdings is the holdings company within which Ethical Leaf Tobacco is the major subsidiary. On behalf of the board, management, and employees of Ethical Leaf Tobacco, we would like to once again welcome you. We are very pleased to host you today. Thank you for coming. We know that some of you came from far. Some of you came from home because that's where you're working from because of the lockdown. And you've left today your important business so that you could attend to our business today. We thank you for that. Ethical Leaf Tobacco was founded by two social entrepreneurs who realized that Zimbabwe provides ample opportunities in the agricultural space, and particularly in tobacco. ELT is committed to raising the quality of life of tobacco smallholder farmers, both socially and economically, by supporting their farming activities through provision of inputs, working capital, agronomy services, and other agro-based services. I am pleased to welcome Mr. David Machingaidze, the brains behind Ethical Leaf Tobacco. David is the Chief Executive Officer, and I know that most of you who are in this room, you know him, so there's no need for much introduction. Most of you know that he's a brilliant entrepreneur, a dynamic CEO with a proven track record of 14 years. David gives direction of where the company should go by cascading his vision down to each and every one of us at Ethical Leaf Tobacco. Thank you, David, for being a mentor and an inspiration. We have end-room power, or some power, as most of us here at ELT fondly call him, a true driver of the vision. Some power is a commander of the army. Welcome, Some Power. Our operations manager, Taurai Jemedze, is also among us. We also have other members of the management team here who are present, and in the interest of time, I will not mention each and every one of them by name, but welcome to all of you guys. Last but not least, let me make welcome one of our board members whom we are pleased to have as guest of honor today, Dr. E. Mugamo. Welcome, Doc. Your presence here makes this event even more pleasant. This is going to be a very brief event because we want to adhere to the lockdown regulations. We are going to be here for exactly an hour or less now because we should have started like 30 minutes ago or so, as indicated on the program. So prepare yourselves for an educational, emotional, and fun 1 hour of your life. Thank you. Let me welcome Some Power, who's going to deliver the CEO speech.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ethical Holdings, specifically the launch of the Ethical Leaf Tobacco Gold Class Scheme. Seeing that most of us here are very, I see as if you are tense, so I will tell you a small story that perhaps will enlighten everyone, right? With your permission, I would like to tell you a small story So, I was very, we were reached by our standards, by the village standards, right? So it so happened that during the school holidays, I was the one tending the shop. And what would happen most of the time is, as the village boy, being a guy who was coming from a rich family in brackets, all the girls, for the village, or of the village, I was the target for most of the girls in the village, right? So what would happen was, when the girls come to the shop, I would target what I would say the premium class, or the gold class girls. Those were my targets. So what I would do as a strategy, I would isolate them by way of serving the other customers first, and leave the gold class. So eventually, you know what would happen. I'm sure you can conclude what would happen after that. Seeing that I was behind the counter, of course, I used to steal some few dollars from the till. So the game then changed when I went to. My father then sent me to the boarding school. I was the poorest of all the guys, at the school. Back in the village, I was coming from the rich family, but I went to I no longer, I was no longer a target for the girls. So after some time, girls associated with the guys who were most brilliant in class. Unfortunately, I wasn't very brilliant. It was still Cambridge then. So what happened that was, I then started to put a lot of effort into my studies, because then I wanted to associate with myself with the golden class. I wanted top class. I never wanted the second class. So what happened when I was in 4 first term, this is a real story that I'm talking about. I'm telling you. So in the first term, I then came up number 3 from number 13. Then the second term, I came out number 2. And when the final exams results came out, I was the top student at Hungwaru Secondary. The records are there even today. It was 1990 when I did my Form 4. Cambridge, no internet, no much, in terms of, books and so on. I came up with 6 A's and 3 B's, including Maths and English. And I was a top student then. And all the golden girls, were mine. So that's my small story there for you, ladies and gentlemen. So it brings us to what we are here today. I think my personal life, tells me that we need to aim for the best. That's what I grew up with. I always wanted to aim for the best. And this is what we are here today. We are going for the best. There's no honor in second place. No one ever realized second place, but only top spot. So as Ethical Holdings, we are looking for the top spot. We are looking for number 1, and we know that we'll achieve that. Right, then I come to my speech, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to all you, our distinguished guests, members of the media fraternity, representatives from our regulatory body, TIMB, representatives from farmers' unions here present, the Zimbabwe Farmers Union, I saw Mr. Mchena is here, Zimbabwe Tobacco Association, Zimbabwe Progressive Tobacco Farmers Association, I saw again they are here. Thank you for coming. Our suppliers, I saw Maguire's is here, our friend. Thank you for coming. We acknowledge your presence. All Ethical Holdings executives here present. And last but not least, our guest of honor and board member, Dr. Elliot Mugam. Thank you, sir, for coming. It is my pleasure to be here with you tonight to witness the historic launch of the Ethical Leaf Tobacco 660 million input facility scheme, which we are calling the Gold Class Scheme. This is a historic moment for Ethical Leaf Tobacco and the indigenous-owned tobacco contract farming sector. because of the fact that no other indigenous-only tobacco contract farming company has ever launched an input scheme of this size. We are calling it the gold class scheme because, like gold, this is a precious input scheme thoroughly crafted to produce, like tobacco, the golden leaf at the end of the season. ELT has had 4 years of experience, and I must say that those 4 years have been mostly a learning curve filled with bittersweet stories. The 2020 farming season will usher in a new dawn of era for ELT, as it has had an overhaul of service delivery, which includes the gold class input scheme plus working capital, personalized agronomic services, agro-based services, and enhanced logistical services. Ethical Leaf Tobacco's story is that of a humble beginnings. Those who know about our humble beginnings, I'm sure you know that, you know what I'm talking about. With a staff complement of 5 people sharing one desk and sharing a plate of sadza, the 5 of us. Our trump card was the vision we had and still have up to today, which is that of empowering the smallholder farmer both socially and economically. We all agree that the smallholder farmer is largely marginalized. No one wants to take a risk on them, but we took the leap of faith in 2015, end of 2016, when we began this journey, because what we knew then and what we know now is that the smallholder farmer is the skill and he has the land. Those two are very important factors, and to us, that is all that matters. Fortunately for us, the smallholder farmer, from the onset, believed in our brand and that what we stood for, and we quickly gained their trust, a trust we hold in high esteem up to this day. Zimbabwe being the largest grower of tobacco in Africa, and tobacco, the major foreign currency earner in the country, Ethical Leaf Tobacco is playing its part in contributing towards the country's earnings. Our motto remains Rukudzo Kumurimi, and we achieve this by providing input to farmers as well as working capital requirements, ensuring that farmers adhere to good agricultural practices, offering the best agronomic services on the market, ensuring that at marketing time, farmers enjoy in an orderly marketing environment like you have witnessed today. Last but not least, by making certain that farmers enjoy handsome returns, from their sales. Our aim, ladies and gentlemen, is to light up the eyes of the smallholder farmers that we work with each time they see us coming and each time they hear from us. Our aim is to prosper that person whose hope may be fading, and our aim is to make sure that hard work which is put into the soil becomes something tangible at the end of every selling season. Like our name connotes, we as Ethical Leaf Tobacco are governed by the desire to conduct our business ethically, and this has been evident throughout the years we have been in business. Our first year of operation, 2016-2017 season, we achieved a total of volume of 6.5 million kgs of tobacco, and we claimed a 4% market share. The following farming season, we continued steadily, and our volume increased by 46%. In the 2018-2019 tobacco farming season, we continued with the trend, and our total volume was 9.8 million kgs of tobacco. This particular year, we are hopeful we'll maintain our 4% market share. Our database has been growing each year, and this year has ultimately led to tonight, where we are launching this massive tobacco input scheme. We have heard the farmers, and we are responding to our farmers. For us at ELT, the top of one mountain, I need to listen to you to listen to this one very carefully. The top of one mountain for us is the bottom of the next. We will keep climbing. You need to clap hands for me, Elizabeth, for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Dr. Elliot Mugamu, one of our board members, who is now going to officially launch the Ethical Leaf Tobacco 2020-2020 season Gold Class Tobacco Input Scheme. Once again, thank you. Hello?
Good evening, friends. Good evening, friends. Okay. It is always a nice thing to be associated with progressive advancement of a company. When I was discovered in 2017 by the CEO, I said to David, in fact it was over lunch at one of the companies where I'm a board member, do you want my service to grow up, to grow the business, or what is your vision for ethical leaf tobacco? And I said to him, if you don't have any answer, you don't have to give it to me now. You know my phone number, you know my contact details, let's touch base. Within a week, we touched base somewhere in Abondam. And he then came up with a blueprint that you wanted a bigger business. And I said, if it's a bigger business, I'll join you on the board. I'm happy to be associated with the growth and profitability of ethical leaf tobacco. And it is through his hardship, his hard work, and of course the input of employees. At this juncture, it is important that I recognize with gratitude the support the company gets from its stakeholders. The farmers, without you, there's no business to talk about. The suppliers, Maguires, there's no business to talk about. Employees, for whatever you do to the business, we thank you. So my message to you, ladies and gentlemen, is to recognize with the gratitude the support the stakeholders have given us in sustaining this company. I say to David in our meetings, it's always important to be innovative, to come up with certain projects which will ensure that the business sustains itself and also, more importantly, hold its market share. As you have heard from the general manager, the business over the years has maintained its market share. And thank you, Andrew. I know when I talk to you on the phone, sometimes I'm a little bit on the rough side, and it's necessary in life to shake the tree, because without shaking the tree, things remain the same. So, gentlemen, thank you. I now officially declare that the 660 million gold class input scheme fronted by Ethical Leaf Tobacco is officially launched. Thank you. I appreciate your presence today.
Thank you. Our event today and officially launching the $660 million input scheme. I now welcome our operations manager, Mr. Taurai Jameze, to give a vote of thanks. Please, let's welcome Mr. Jameze.
Thank you all for coming to this gracious occasion. I'd like to thank everyone. Dr. E. Mugamo, our guest of honor, our CEO, Mr. David Mashingaidze, management and staff of Ethical Leaf Tobacco, distinguished invited guests, and members of the media fraternity. It is my privilege to stand before you and put forward a vote of thanks at this occasion. I quote one of the French novelists who is very renowned by the name Marcel Proust, who said, I quote, "Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy, as they are charming gardeners who make our souls blossom." My name is Taurai Jameze, the head of Ethical Leaf Tobacco. On behalf of EOT, I would like to thank all of you for taking time to be with us at this grand occasion. I would like to extend a very hearty thank you. I would like to thank all the speakers who graced this occasion. I say thank you. I would also like to extend a warm thank you to all the organizers of the event who make the wheels roaring, and our service providers, management and staff for supporting this gracious event. As the idiom goes, gratitude is the sign of noble souls. We as Ethical Leaf Tobacco are grateful to all of you for being here with us today. Let us all now enjoy a gracious occasion on a high note. I say, I thank you.
From afar, I can see the children playing in the park. Merry little